For months, an undercurrent of unease had been growing between us. Our connection, once so vibrant, felt like it was slipping away, though we avoided addressing it. Then one night, everything changed when she revealed something unexpected. Clara and I had shared 5 years together, our life appearing flawless to outsiders. Like any couple, we had our challenges, but recently, a subtle shift had taken hold. I couldn't quite name it, but the closeness we once cherished was fading. The spark, the effortless affection that defined us, seemed to have dimmed, replaced by a growing sense of separation. It began with a conversation. I came home from a long day, tired but eager to see her. Clara always had a way of brightening my mood, but that evening, her gaze held a distant chill. As we sat down to eat, she mentioned, almost offhandedly, that she'd been reflecting on our physical connection lately. My heart skipped. "What about it?" I asked, keeping my tone even, though a knot was already forming in my chest. She paused, her eyes searching mine as if weighing my response. Then with a steady voice she said, "I want our intimacy to be on my terms from now on. I've thought about this a lot, and I need to decide when and how it happens." Her words landed like a blow. I struggled to process them. "On your terms?" I echoed, grappling with the implication. Clara sighed, setting her spoon down and meeting my gaze directly. "I'm tired of feeling obligated," she said. "I want it to be my choice, my timing. I've given too much without considering what I need, and I'm ready to prioritize myself." Her tone wasn't harsh, but it was resolute, leaving no room for debate. I felt a mix of confusion and frustration rise within me. We'd always been open, discussing everything that mattered, but this felt like a decision she'd made alone. Intimacy, something we'd built together, was now hers to control. I didn't respond right away. The silence between us grew heavy, charged with unspoken questions. Her stance felt like a rejection, not just of our shared past but of me. Yet arguing seemed pointless. I didn't want to come across as demanding or weak. After a long pause, I managed, "So, what we've had, it's not working for you anymore?" She shrugged slightly, her expression detached. "I think we've been coasting for a while. I need something different, something that feels right for me, not just what's expected." Her words cut deep, but her calm delivery hinted at something more, something she wasn't sharing. I sensed there was a deeper truth, but pressing her would only widen the gap between us. That night, I lay awake, my mind racing. What had happened to the woman I'd fallen for? The one who couldn't keep her hands off me, who craved our closeness. What had shifted? In the days that followed, I tried to honor her wishes, stepping back as she'd asked. But with every moment of distance, I felt us drifting further apart. We weren't lovers anymore. We were barely roommates. The weight of it crushed me, and I knew I couldn't keep pretending everything was fine. Weeks later, on a quiet Friday night, Clara went out with friends, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I was tempted to confront her, to demand clarity, but I knew an impulsive argument would solve nothing. Instead, I chose a different path, one that would shake her certainty. The next evening, when she walked in, her expression faltered. I sat on the couch, my face neutral, a small black box beside me. "What's this?" she asked, her voice wavering with unease. I didn't answer immediately, letting the moment linger. Then I opened the box, revealing 2 plane tickets to a place we'd dreamed of visiting together, a destination we'd planned for years. Her eyes widened, a mix of shock and realization crossing her face. "You're serious?" she said, her voice trembling. "You're just going to?" I cut her off, my tone firm but calm. "Yes, I'm serious. This isn't about what you think you can dictate. This is me taking control of my own path. You set your boundaries, but I'm choosing how I move forward." For the first time in weeks, I saw her falter. The control she'd clung to slipped, and I could see the weight of her own choices hitting her. She'd expected me to comply, to bend to her terms, but I wasn't that person anymore. I'd grown, and I was done waiting for her to decide our future. Her face flushed, a blend of anger and something softer, regret perhaps. "I didn't want it to be like this," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I just didn't know how to reach you." I stayed silent, letting her words settle. There was nothing left to say. The tickets sat untouched, a symbol of the divide between us. In that moment, We both understood that our relationship, whatever it had been, was no longer the same. We weren't the people we'd been when we fell in love. The story wasn't finished, but this was a crossroads, a moment where we faced the consequences of our choices. Clara's need for control had led us here, to a truth neither of us could ignore. Sometimes, taking charge means walking away.